How would you like to know and learn how one of the listing collective people in my coaching group just got a $1.5 million listing doing something that most of you have never done before? This is something that is so easy to do, and the best part, it doesn't cost any money. And that is cool. They got a listing for $1.5 million, not only from their sphere of influence, but from somebody they added to their sphere of influence, which is really super important. So let me explain. You know, we have to call our sphere of influence. I can't even tell you all the listing agents that I talk to that are afraid to call their sphere of influence, don't really like to call their sphere of influence. But I'm telling you, you have got to call your sphere of influence. So this is nothing earth-shaking, okay? We all know that we should reach out to them, stay friendly with them so that we can get referrals, right? We have to keep reminding our sphere of influence using our CRM that we're in real estate. That's another problem too. I talk to so many agents too that don't have a really good CRM. And if you want my list of CRMs, just put CRM in the comments and I'll give you the ones that most of the people in the Listing Collective are using. But I don't recommend CRMs just because it's such a personal thing, and sometimes people, you know, like one person likes one CRM and another person doesn't like the same one. So I don't really do that. But the key here is you got to stay in touch with your sphere of influence so that you can get these referrals. Excuse me. There's nothing worse than driving by your best friend's house or driving by your past client's house and seeing a for sale sign that is from somebody else. No bueno. We don't like that. But here's one trick that most of you are not doing, and it's something that I really get everybody in the Listing Collective to do, and that is to build your SOI. So we should be working our SOI, but at the same time, it's something that I think it's just as important, is to build your SOI. That's how this person in the Listing Collective got a $1.5 million listing, and it sold right away, by the way, which is super cool. But they got the listing from somebody that they built their SOI with. Okay, let me explain. What you want to do, in addition to, you know, parallel working your SOI and calling them frequently, you want to set a minimum standard for yourself and add somebody into your SOI. Who are you going to add? Well, it's very simple, and this is where you can use your own creativity. But you want to add people who work with high net worth individuals. I mean, how cool is that? Service professionals that work with high net worth individuals, guess what? They're going to give you high net worth listings. And probably you'll be getting listings, and I know this has been the case for me, you'll be referred listings that are above your average sales price. And that's really cool. Who are these people? Well, these people are anybody that you can creatively think that will work with high net worth individuals. So be thinking about probate attorneys. Think about any kind of attorneys, tax attorneys, corporate attorneys, estate planning attorneys. These are the kinds of people that are going to be working with high net worth individuals. Think about CPAs, all right? In all matters of accountants, bookkeepers, CPAs, use your creativity. Think about insurance agents, all different kinds of insurance agents. I already mentioned accounting. Who else? Sales managers at retirement homes. You know, that's a really big boon. A lot of people in the collective are calling and really becoming friends and working those sales managers, because when someone moves into a retirement home, chances are they have a house they have to sell. How about family managers, people that work with high net worth individuals? But, you know, use your imagination. I lived in one part of San Francisco, my God, that was about 5 years ago. That was sort of a high net worth neighborhood. I became friends with the dry cleaner. I mean, the dry cleaner and I were like this. She let me put my card up on the bulletin board, and she was always trying to get me business. And I thought that was really cool. So use your creativity, because these are the people that you want to add to your SOI. So what do you say to them? It's so simple. All you want to do, I mean, you can do something as easy as a Google search. Let's just say you're going to Google search retirement home sales managers or probate attorneys or CPAs in your city. Very simply, I got the easiest script in the world. You call them up on the phone, get them on the phone, and you say, hey, Joe, I hear you do great work. Can we stay in touch for referrals? They don't know if you're talking about referrals to them or from them. They always say yes. Hey, Joe, I hear you do great work. Let's stay in touch for referrals. Now, I just had somebody recently in the collective say to me, well, what if they say, where did you hear it from? You could just shine that on. You could just say something like, oh, just somebody I talked to in the community, I don't recall. Bam. But guess what? I've been doing this. I've been building my SOI in San Francisco for probably 20 years. Not one person has asked, where did you hear that from? So that's a mindset thing. Just get that out of your mind. So you just get them on the phone, say, hey, I hear you do great work. Can we stay in touch for referrals? Yes, of course. 80% may try to get you off the phone because they're busy, but they're very professional. 20% are going to be a little more friendly, and you certainly want to cultivate those relationships. But regardless, okay, great. I'll send you my card in the mail, and I'll stay in touch with you. Beautiful. That's the whole conversation. It's so easy. Didn't cost you a dime, and you just added somebody who could potentially affect your referral stream in a big way. So what you're going to do, you're going to put them in your CRM that I know that you're going to get. If you don't have a CRM, you better get one immediately. You're going to put them in your CRM, and then you're going to task them out into the future. And you're going to call them every 3 months. Now, here's the kicker. If you can think of a referral for them, absolutely, give them a referral. But definitely call them every 3 months. Remind them who you are. Remind them that you're staying in touch for referrals. And remind them that you're their real estate agent. You're their guy or gal that can help them when the time comes. But here's the kicker. So you've put them in the CRM. Now what you're going to do, you're going to, instead of just a card, you're going to send your listing package or your statement of qualifications. If you want my statement of qualifications for free, excuse me, I talk about it in other videos. Just put statement of qualifications in the comments and I'll send that to you for free and you can plagiarize it. But it's like a mini CRM. No, excuse me. It's like a mini CMA. So it has all your marketing strategy and testimonials and your resume and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool and it's very impressive. And what you're going to want to do then is you're going to send them in a really nice folder, your statement of qualifications. You're going to send a hand note saying, hey, thanks so much, Joe, for your time on the phone. Let's definitely stay in touch for our referrals. All the best, Chris. And you're going to send your business card. You're going to send this all in a package to them in an 8.5 by 11 envelope and get one of those USPS at the Postal Service. They have those red, white, the name escapes me, the red, white, and blue envelopes, express envelopes that you can get from the post office for free. It looks like a FedEx envelope, but basically you just send it out first class mail. Or better yet, drop it off at their office. That would be great if you have the time. And then they're going to get this beautiful statement of qualifications and this beautiful hand note, which they never get. And they're going to remember you. And that's the most important thing. So make sure that you're sending out your statement of qualifications with your hand note and a business card. You're going to make sure that you're staying, that you're going to call them every 3 months. And here's a pro tip. Make a minimum standard of you calling and adding 1 to 2 people per day. You can see right now this process does not take that much time. I mean, literally, you're talking about a 2-minute phone conversation and maybe another 5 minutes to write a hand note and put it in an envelope and get that mailed. This is not very time consuming. And aside from the paper and the first class mail, it doesn't cost a thing. And you're making a huge impression with professionals who work with high net worth individuals that really have the potential to give you high net worth listings. And what's not cool about that? So make sure that you're building your sphere of influence as well as actually working your sphere of influence. Because if you're not building your SOI, then you're really shortchanging yourself. And this is perfect too for somebody that has a very small amount of SOI. I've talked to a lot of agents that they just don't have a lot of people in their SOI. Well, then get out there and build it. You could call 1 to 2 people a day and make this happen. So put in the comments down below. I'd like to know if you're building your SOI and what your experience has been. But make sure you get started doing this today and then watch all the high-end listings come in later.